Good morning, fraud, America's newest Wolves leader on televis. I'm your host, Guy Corrosion. On left, S105, MerriweatherA.Law, advancing us with us, S1L5, America's news, leader on televis. Today's show is provided support by Verizon. Shop support by Verizon. Free 2-day shipping. In-store pickup on best price guaranteed. And Shop Valentine's deals online at MerriweatherA.Law's Verizon Wireless. Our best Valentine's deals. Save on phones, wearable tech, and more. See details. Visit our website. Find your perfect match with Verizon. The Valentine's Day, get 50% off Moto Z and Moto G. We do owe you. Quanto cliente preferencia Sprint. Get unlimited data talk text, $50 a month. Sprint to switch to Sprint and get unlimited data talk and text now for just $50 with auto pay. Enjoy unlimited mobile optimized streaming videos, gaming, and music, and unlimited 4G LTE data for most everything else while on the Sprint network. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. Only from Sprint MerriweatherA.Law's Quanto cliente preferencia. Better than a tax break on T-Mobile One offers unlimited data, talk, and text. All taxes and fees included. Just pay $40 a line for 4 lines with auto pay, all in. Plus, get $150 per line when you switch and get even more money back via prepaid card on all smartphones. Do we? Oh, yeah. Action! He has the answers. Do we? Oh, yeah. Quanto cliente preferencia. Stream savers here. Save plan, same data, more video. The new Galaxy S Edge S7 only on AT&T. MerriweatherA.Law's wireless and cell phones connections account. Check out our latest phones, devices, and accessories. Only at AT&T.com. MerriweatherA.Law's. And by Edit Power. Save 50% of all outerwear and fleece. Save outerwear and fleece 50% off at editpower.com. And enjoy free shipping on all orders of $99 or more. Only at editpower.com. Quattro cliente preferencia smoked butterscotch at Heather Howard's. It's back in all the savory and sweet goodness. Try a hot ice a blended beverage today at Heather Howard's. Website developers, e-commerce, e-verify, Aerosites. Nesquik Kool-Aid may discover happiness. Find out what's inside the yummy goodness of Nesquik powder syrup and ready-to-drink products. Available in chocolate, strawberry, raw banana, berry, vanilla, double chocolate, Kool-Aid. You solved. Nesquik, a necessity, an estate, a nest fed. Yeah. How was it? Wonderful? Wonderful. Thank you, Chickawaga Town Court. Made Charles Murphy. You don't know where your paycheck come from at all. Strasbourg, method acting, West Hollywood. When you say, I say, method acting. From Strasbourg, get classes today. Learn from acting, Strasbourg. And from the Department of Health, New York State, Howard Zuckerberg. Oh, Zucker without the berg. They don't pay for lunches. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Howard Zucker, the Commissioner, Department of Health, New York State. And the Medicaid spend down with up to 90 days will reimburse you for all medical fees. Joe, hello. 2004, February. Yeah. Medicaid's going to reimburse all the samples. Free Allegrity, Daracet, Rhino Court. The ball's in your court, Rhino. Yeah, he knows. The boy knows. Rhino. And Flucticaston, Flonase. Flucticaston. Casablanca. Yeah, Casablanca. He knows about the flu. Flucticaston. Good Lord, the boy knows about Flucticaston. And by the Canon 3, a judge should perform duties of the office fairly, impartially, diligently. Code of Conduct of United States Judges. I know what you're trying to do. I know. Is that Rhino Court? I know Visa Court. I know Rhino Court. I know Flonase. I know Flucticasone, Casablanca. We know. He knows Rhino Court. Good Lord, he knows. Let's get to our video in progress. We're going to speak to Mr. Trump first. Today's Scandal Day. Hello.
Thank you very much. This is great to be with people.
Hello, Mr. Trump. It's V-Series.
I'll say I didn't get a standing ovation because they never
Absolutely.
And I say I got one
We
standing
were talking about Flucticasone, Flonase.
But I want to thank you all. I have great.
And I know what you're trying to do, Court.
And the way you do it.
I know what you're trying to do.
When I'm with the police chiefs and I'm
Google.
with the sheriffs of our
I know,
country,
Court.
These
Nasal
are
spray.
the big ones. These are the really big ones. I just want to thank you very much. And
I know, Court. Nasal spray.
Spoke about what we're really here to
Good
speak
Lord.
about.
Google Pacha.
Read something
I know, Court. Nasal spray.
because you can be a lawyer.
There we go.
If you were a good student in
I
high
know
school,
what you're trying to do.
you can understand this.
I know. Timothy, hold up.
Incredible to me that we have a court case that's
I know
going
what you're
on so
trying to
long.
do.
As you know, in Boston, we won it with a highly
Angela
respected judge
Bode.
and a very strong opinion.
Antonella
But now we're in an area that,
Mejia.
let's just say, they are interpreting
Who's the other
things
doctor?
differently than
Angela
probably
Bode.
100% of the people in
Good
this room.
Lord. I know what you're trying to do in court.
Does anybody disagree when I read this?
Angela Bode.
What's in dispute? What's in question? And you'll see this.
Budesonide.
212F, 8 USC,
It's destined.
1182F.
You be.
Suspension of entry or imposition of restrictions.
I know what you're
by
trying
the
to do in
president.
court.
Okay, now, this isn't just me. This
isn't just me.
For Ronald Reagan, for the president.
For
And
the
this was done,
president.
very importantly, for security. Something you people
Rhino
know more
Court facts about.
all of this.
Budesonide. One, it blocks
Stands for the
inflammatory
security of
signals.
our nation.
2, the triggers
The security
anti-inflammatory
of our
process.
citizens.
And it blocks
So that
inflammatory
people come in who
signals,
aren't
triggers
going to do us
anti-inflammatory
harm.
genes, suppresses activity of
That's
the
why it was
inflammatory genes, and translates the
couldn't have
mRNA.
Any more precisely. It's not like, oh, gee, we wish it were
From
written
McNeil
better. It's written
Pharmaceuticals.
beautifully. So
Trishelle.
just listen. Here's what it says. This is what they're arguing. Whenever the president
I
finds
know.
that the entry
I
of
know.
any aliens, okay, the entry
We know about Trishelle.
of any aliens
Trishelle Michelle.
or of any class of
I
aliens,
know.
So any aliens, any class of aliens, into the United States. So the entry of people
Here's the other one.
into the United States. Let's say
Flonase,
just
Flucticasone.
into the United States. So anytime, whenever the president finds that the
Flucticasone.
entry of any alien or any class of aliens
Flucticasone.
into the United States would be
Good Lord.
detrimental
Flonase.
to the interests of the United States. Right? So if I find as president that a person or
Florida.
group of people will be
And Chase.
detrimental to the
Florida and
interests
Chase.
of the United States.
Florida and
Certainly,
Chase. Flonase.
there's lots
Be
of
greater
examples
than your
that we
allergies.
have, but you shouldn't even have them
Flow
necessarily.
and Chase.
He may be
Available with prescription and over the
by
counter.
proclamation,
Flow and Chase.
and for such period as he shall deem necessary. Now,
Flow
the
and
argument is
Chase.
They should have said he or she. But hopefully it won't be a she for
Flow
at least
and Chase.
27 years. After that, I'm over.
Flow and Chase. Available with prescription.
I just noticed that, actually.
I just noticed that
Just noticed it. I'm saying, whoa, this is not politically correct.
this isn't politically correct
It's
at
correct,
all.
but it's not politically correct.
Flow and
It's
Chase.
the old days. He may, by proclamation,
He may, by
and for
proclamation.
such period as he shall deem necessary. So here it is.
Absolutely.
People coming in. Suspend
Suspend.
the entry of all aliens. Right? That's what it says. It's not like
Can you
Again,
explain Flow and
a bad
Chase?
high school student would understand this.
Auto mechanic.
Anybody would understand this. Suspend the entry of all aliens.
Greg,
or
are
any
you an
class
ASC
of
certified
aliens as
mechanic?
immigrants or non-immigrants. or impose on the
Flow.
entry of
Flow and
aliens.
mechanics. Hello.
So you can suspend the aliens, right? You can suspend the aliens from
Google. ASC mechanics.
or impose on the entry of aliens any restrictions he may deem to be appropriate.
Automotive service excellence.
So you can suspend, you can put restrictions, you can
Are
do
you an auto
whatever you
mechanic?
want. And this is for the security of the country, which, again, you're the chiefs, you're the sheriffs. You understand this.
Absolutely.
And I listened to lawyers on both sides last night, and they were
Automotive
talking about
service
things that had
excellence.
just nothing to do with it.
ASC.
I listened to a panel of judges, and I'll comment on that. I will not comment on the statements made by certainly one judge.
Are you
but I have to be
delighted?
honest that if
We're
these
delighted to be
judges
here.
wanted to, in my opinion,
ASC.
help the
Chase.
court in terms of respect for the court,
$200.
they do what they should be doing.
They do what they
it's,
should be
it's
doing.
so sad. They should be, when you read something so simple and so beautifully written and so perfectly written, other
How
than
many
the one
mechanics do
statement,
we
of course,
know?
having to do with he or she. But when you read
Suggest an
something so
aborted,
perfectly
please.
written and so clear to anybody, and then you
We're
have lawyers,
delighted.
and I watched last night in amazement, and I heard things that I couldn't believe.
I heard things I couldn't believe.
Things that really had nothing to do with what I just read. And I don't ever want to call a court biased, so I won't call it biased.
Today's scandal
And we haven't
day.
had a decision yet. But courts seem to be so political, and it would be so great for our justice system if they would be able to read a statement and do what's right.
Rhino Court, I
That
know
has
what
to
you're
do
trying
with
to
the security
do.
of our country, which
Before
is
being approved for over the sea
right
use,
now
the active ingredient in
we
Rhino
are
Court
at
allergy
risk
spray was available by prescription
because of
more
what
than
happened.
15 years ago to
General
treat
Kelly
nasal
is an
allergy
extremely
symptoms.
talented man and a very good man. Now Secretary Kelly, Homeland Security.
Homeland Security.
We are doing our job. He's a great man.
Thank you, Chase.
We're
Flowing
doing
Chase.
our job. And one of the reasons you probably heard that we
Florida.
did it so quickly, I would have, in fact, I said, let's give a 1 month notice. And then
Florida.
law enforcement, and General Kelly was so great because he said, we totally knew about it. We knew about
They
everything.
knew.
We do things well. We did things right. But the law enforcement people said to
The
me,
law enforcement
you can't give
people.
a notice. If you give a notice, you're going to be really tough in 1 month from now. Or 1
Absolutely.
week from now. I suggested a month, then I said, well, what about a week? They said, no, you can't do that because then people are going to pour in before the toughness goes on.
When was this approved? Medicine.
Law than
Good Lord.
anybody, law enforcement. So I wanted to give like a month. Then I said, well, what about a week? They said, well, then you're going to have a whole pile of people, perhaps, with very evil intentions coming in before the restrictions.
Good Lord, put this on the screen.
So there it is, folks. It's as plain as you can
Here it
have it.
is, everybody.
I didn't, and I was a good student.
Flow days approved, February
Understand it.
22nd,
Comprehend very well.
2006.
Okay? Better than
Flow
I
days.
think almost
FDA
anybody.
approves first generic
And I want to
version
tell
of
you, I
Flow
listened
days.
to a bunch of stuff last night
The first
on
generic.
television that was disgraceful. It was disgraceful.
Very disgraceful.
Because what I just read to you is what we have.
Roxanne on the
And
rocks.
it just can't be written any
On the
plainer
rocks.
or better. And for us to be going through
On the
this,
Roxanne
and by
Laboratories
the way,
of Columbus,
a highly,
Ohio.
highly respected judge in Boston ruled
On
very
the
strongly
rocks
in our favor.
alcohols.
In fact, I said to my
On the
people,
rocks.
why don't you use the Boston case?
Bailey
And
Avenue,
there were
19
reasons
Abbott.
why they couldn't use the Boston
19
case.
Abbott, Bailey Avenue. Route 19.
And
On the
I wanted
Roxanne
to-
Laboratories.
Statements made by that judge who, again, highly
Flow and
respected,
Chase.
that were right on. They were perfect. They were perfect. So I think it's sad. I think it's a sad
The generic
day. I think our
approved
security
from
is at risk
original
today.
GlaxoSmithKline.
Will be at risk until such time as we are entitled and
October
get
1994.
as citizens of this country.
Good Lord,
As
Glaxo
chiefs
approved
and
in
sheriffs
1994.
of this country. We want
Patriot Act,
security.
good
One of the
Lord.
reasons I was elected was because of law and order and security.
Well, Glaxo give us a
It's one of
clue
the
what's
reasons
going
I
on
was
here.
elected also jobs, and
Patriot Act,
lots of other things.
1994,
But I think one
October
of the strongest
26th.
reasons is
The
security.
Patriot Act approval.
They're taking
Patriot Act
away
approval.
our weapons one by one. That's what they're doing. And you know it, and I know
Google,
it. And you
Patriot
may be very
Act.
unhappy for a long period of time. And I can read the polls maybe better than anybody because it seems that I understood the polls a lot better than many of the pollsters understood
FDA
the polls.
approval.
Assuming they were honest polls, which I,
Flonase. Fluticasone per appropriate.
but
1994,
we need security in
October.
our country. We have to
Route
allow you folks
26,
to do your job. You're
Taliban.
great people,
Taliban.
great men and women.
Taliban.
And we have to allow
Taliban.
you to do your job.
Taliban.
And we have to give you the weapons
We have
that
to give
need.
you.
And this is a
We
weapon
have to
that
give
you need.
you. We have to give you. We have to give you.
Let's get on to business, right?
We have to give you. We have to give you.
And Chief Tom,
We have to 12. Top 12. Top 12. Top. We have to give you. We have 12. We have to give you.
And I just wanted to say,
we have to give you. 12. We have to give you. It's a new song.
there are
Yeah.
many actions
We have to
the federal
give you. I know.
But I believe
We have
that
to give
our
you.
police
We
officers
have to give
risking their lives
you. We have to give you. We have to give you.
safety is affirming our confidence in the men and
We
women
have to
charged with
give
upholding our laws.
you.
I'm going to add justices, judges in that category. And I'm
Tonight's
very
candle.
proud to have picked
We have to give you.
outstanding member of this group. Outstanding.
We have to give you. Available on CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX 3.51. Available on VS600 album. We have to give you 12.
To every member of the law
To
enforcement
every
community all across the
member.
United States.
I
My
have to
message
admit.
today is that you have
I don't know.
a true friend.
We have a
in the
question
White
from
House.
Twitter.
You have.
Kashkar Reyes.
I stand with you.
I'm
I
Kashkar
support our
Reyes for
police.
righteous support.
I support our
Yes,
sheriffs.
no offense,
And we
but I
support
found
men
with
and
other
women
phones,
of
we
law
have to
enforcement.
admit, we have to give you. OEM works best and at our most
Right
durable.
now, many communities in America are
Kaskari is
facing
totally
enormous
understand the 3 songs we made today
murders
and
in
respect
2015
your preference. Please follow us in
experienced their
DM
largest single-year
so we can
increase
review other
in
options
murders
available. MV, it's my
In
name.
2016, murders in large cities continued to climb
To
by double
necessity.
digits.
Necessitate.
Many of our biggest cities,
Necessitate.
2016 brought an increase in the number of
Nesquik available in
homicides,
these available
rapes,
flavors.
assaults, and shootings.
Nesquik 80
In
Bauer.
Chicago,
Enjoy 50% off all hardware and
4,000
fleece.
people
Only from
were shot last year
80Bauer.com.
alone. And the rate so far this year
It's not
has been
him.
even
It's not.
higher.
It's not.
What is going on in Chicago?
No, it is. Okay, it is. Nesquik.
We cannot allow this to continue.
Nesquik available. Saving the Kool-Aid. Vanilla, double chocolate, banana strawberry, and regular strawberry. Save the Kool-Aid. Only from Nesquik. Discover happiness.
By violence and fear. 60% of
60%
murder victims under the age of
under the
22
age.
are African American. This is a national tragedy, and it requires national action.
Oh, this is a good one here.
This violence must end, and we must
Hello,
all
Kaya
work
K.
together to end it.
We're here to help with your
Whether a
replacement
child
device.
lives in
What
Detroit,
seems to be the issue?
Chicago,
Missing the K?
Baltimore, or
MV.
anywhere in our country, he or she has the
Yeah,
right to go
Kaya,
on
well,
in safety
we're fixing your
and in
phone. Don't
peace.
worry. We'll get it
No
to
one
you.
in America should be
We'll
punished
get it to
because
you,
of the
Kaya
city
K.
where he
Underscore.
or she is born.
We're Kaya's wife,
Every
a dog
child in
mama,
America should be
hunting
able to
and
play
country
outside
life. Kaya
without
underscore
fear,
K. Thank you
walk
for
home
20
without
Verizon and the
danger, and attend a
NSA.
school without being worried
It's
about
cute name.
drugs or
Yeah, it's real.
gangs or
It's
violence.
nice.
So
Thanks,
many
Kaya
lives
K.
and so many people have been
Underscore.
cut short. Their potential, their life has been
Potential.
cut short. So much potential has been sidelined, and so many dreams
We have
have been
another
shattered and broken,
question.
totally broken. It's time to stop the drugs
My name
from
is
flowing
ABC.
into our
I'm not
country.
a
And by
witness
the way,
scandal.
we will do
I have an
that.
Apple
And I will say
5C and
this:
Apple 5.
General, now Secretary Kelly, will be the
ABC,
man
I'm
to
not a
do it,
witness.
and
Team
we
Apple,
will
all the
give
way.
him
Any
a
recent
wall,
changes
and it will
or
be a
updates
real wall.
done
And a
on
lot of things will happen
done
very
on your phone?
positively for your
Do you have a
cities,
friend named
your
Donald?
states.
Do
Believe
you have a
me,
Larry
the
Page
wall
Net 10?
is getting
Do you have a George
designed by the
Parent?
wall. A lot of
George
people say,
Applin?
"Oh,
Do you show any
some people say,
signal
you're
on your
kidding me.
device?
Well, listen, I
TW,
don't kid.
C, Time Warner Cable.
I don't kid.
Woo.
I watch this and they say I was kidding.
ABC underscore, I'm not a
Talk about things like
witness.
that.
Happy,
We
successful,
will have a
healthy,
wall
no
of
drugs, no
everything.
alcohol. Love life, no
No
criminal
drugs.
record, no enemies. Have not
Just ask
now or
Israel
ever
about
considered
walls. Would the walls work?
self destruction.
Just
Don't
ask
do that.
Israel. They
No,
work.
don't. Thank you,
It's
ABC. I'm not a
perfect.
witness. We're settled.
It's time to dismantle
Thank
the
you for tweeting
gangs
Verizon
terrorizing our
and the
citizens. And
NSA.
it's time to ensure that every young American can be raised
Yeah, George
in an
Parent, George
environment of decency,
Apple.
dignity, love, and support.
You got it.
You have asked for the
Larry
resources,
Page
tools,
Net,
and support you need to
Sundar
get the job done.
Pichai,
We will
Eric
do
Schmidt.
whatever we can to
Schmidt's
help
Auto
you meet
Glass with
those
Hertz.
demands.
Doesn't make sense at all.
That includes a zero tolerance
Gray
policy for
Camrys
acts
don't
of
make
violence
sense, and
against
gray
law
boots
enforcement.
and Flonase. Good
We
lord.
all see what happens.
Today's CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.51.
We all see what happens.
I'm your host,
Watch what
Geico.
happened.
This is All Television,
It's not fair.
the newest name in news.
We must protect
We must protect
those
those
who protect
who
us.
protect us.
The number of officers
The
shot
number
and
of
killed in the
officers,
line of duty last
the
year
line of
increased
duty
by
last year.
56% from the year before.
Good lord, that's a lot.
Last year in Dallas, police officers were targeted for
We have another
extortion.
question from Scott
Who
Peterson.
ever heard of this?
This is a
They
good
were
one.
targeted for
I'm
extortion.
Scott Peterson
12 were
and
shot
William Peterson,
and 5 were
Verizon
killed.
Council. And I'm
These
not taking the
heroic
case. Great
officers
service
were
from
dying as
Verizon
they
support
left,
today.
protecting the innocent,
Thanks,
rushing
Verizon,
into danger, risking their
for
lives for
making the
people
tweet. We made
they
the
did
tweet.
not even know,
Scott Peterson, it's only because
but
we
for
have
people
great customers
that
like
aim
you.
with
Thanks
the
for being
can
for
to
thanks for
save.
Boeing, American Airlines. Thanks for being the best part of Verizon
These lane
Wireless. We're here
officers
to help
are an
you if
eternal
you need us.
monument to all of
AB.
the men and women who protect our streets and serve our public.
Yeah, Scott
We will not
Peterson,
forget
thank
them,
you for tweeting
and we will
us.
not forget all of
We
the
make the
ladies who made
tweet.
that final
Scott
sacrifice
Peterson, member of
in the
Conservative
line of duty.
Resistance, a weather geek,
God has blessed
mediocre
us
striker
to
of
put
the
these
Gulf,
heroes
owner of highly
among
pampered
us.
the Shai to
Those who
Z,
serve in law
and a cancer
enforcement
survivor. Good God. Good
long
Lord.
hours,
Congratulations.
long hours. I know so many sheriffs, so many
I
chiefs,
know
so many police
Is
working
I
long
know the
hours
survivor.
and dangerous hours oftentimes
I know the.
in difficult conditions,
Thank you for
and
tweeting
they're
us,
not
Verizon
that
and
much
NSA.
pay relative to what you do.
Yeah, he
They do it because
survived.
they
Good
care.
Lord.
We must work with them, not against them. They're working against you. For many years, they've been working against you. We must support them, not undermine
Good
them.
morning, Twitter. We
Instead
love
of
you.
division and disunity, and which is so much disunity, we must
Absolutely.
build bridges of partnership
Woo.
and of trust.
Good
Those
Lord.
who
In
demonize law
Pueblo.
enforcement, or who use the
In
actions of a
public.
few to
Are we
discredit
in
the
public?
service of many, are hurting the very people they
In
say that
public.
they want to help.
Pam Winfrey
When
Leslie.
policing is reduced, crime
Pam
is
Winfrey
reduced,
Leslie.
and our poor our citizens suffer the most, and I see it all the time. When the number of police goes down,
We found in public defense.
to build needed trust
In
between law
Pueblo.
enforcement and the communities they serve.
Ronald Brown,
It is
hello.
not enough for us to merely talk to each
In
other.
public.
We must listen to each other. All of us share the view for must be held
Green
to the
Street.
highest
In public
possible
defender.
standard of conduct. So important. You are the role
Winfrey and
models of young
Leslie.
Americans all across this country, many of whom want to go into law,
Good Lord.
many of whom want to be a sheriff.
Winfrey and Leslie. Are we in Pueblo?
They have great respect for you, tremendous respect.
In
You don't
Pueblo.
even realize it, but I will tell you, they have great respect and admiration
This can't be real.
for the people in this room.
Sister's Hospital. This can't be real.
And don't let anyone ever tell you
There's a
different.
reunion
Don't let
at Sister's
it be honest.
Hospital
Try and convince you,
with Pam, Winfrey, and Leslie.
because it's not.
Clap your hands. We have a clap. Let's talk to Mr. Spicer live. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Very well. Let's continue our video here.
That the first step is understanding, knowing.
Mr. Spicer, we have Winfrey and Leslie here.
And he's going to do whatever it takes.
Are we in
That being
Pueblo?
said,
Defend
we're
us.
not going to get ahead of any announcements that we may or may not have coming.
If you can afford one will be provided for you by the state of North Carolina.
He's going to do everything he can to attack.
If you cannot provide one will be appointed for you.
The president also said today
If you can't afford one will be appointed for you by the state of North Carolina.
and that terrorism is a far greater threat than people.
Will Winfrey and Leslie.
That sounds like he is telling the American public that
If
they
you cannot
have something to fear.
afford one will be appointed for you by the state of North Carolina.
And should the American public
Winfrey and Leslie, 225 Green Street.
be fearful?
No, but I think the American people should understand that
If one cannot be afforded, one will be appointed for you.
very real threat in ISIS.
Do you understand your rights in North
That
Carolina?
we've got to do everything he can, and that the reason
You
that
have the
he's
right to
taking
remain
steps
silent.
is because
Anything you do or
must
say will be
remain
used against you in a court of law. We have a pause from the White House video. We're reading the Miranda.
We can't let our guard down. We
You have the
to do
right to
everything
remain
the
silent.
president's gonna take
Anything you
steps
say will be
necessary
used against you in a court of law. In a court of law.
that we should
In a
sit
public
back
court of
and not
law.
fully appreciate
In a public
the
court of
constant threat that
law.
we're in. It's week after week,
In a
month
Pueblo
after
court
month,
of
in the area
law.
another instance.
In a
Lone
Pueblo
wolf,
court of
et cetera,
law.
et cetera, that is going throughout this country. Throughout the world. My
If you
apologies.
cannot afford an
And so
attorney,
I
one
think
will
what
be
the
appointed
president's
for
doing
you
is
by
trying
the
to make
state
sure
of
that
North
the American people
Carolina.
understand that he's doing everything he
By
can
the
to
state of
protect
North
them and to keep our
Carolina.
institutions and our people safe. And so this is not something that we can rest on
Radio
our
Shack
laurels.
Logan.
We can't understand.
I'm
He's just done a
224. I'm
SETCOM,
224.
a Monday morning, getting a full briefing of the threat
Good
that
Lord,
we
it's
face
Logan
from around
224.
the world and their motives. And I think that that's something that he weighs very heavily on his
Good
mind when he
Lord.
meets with these people, gets these briefings,
Google.
meets with the Green Berets,
Ronald Brown.
that he recognizes that there are so many people out there putting their life on the line to protect this country, and to make sure that we understand the threats, and that it is his job and his obligation to do everything within his power to take
Data
that
video,
information so that
YouTube
we
for
can
Ronald
protect the country.
Brown.
And so just to
And
put that in,
Pueblo
I just wanna be
Defender.
clear, while we may not face an imminent threat today, we don't know when that next threat comes. Is it next week? Is it next month? Is it next year? But the president wants to get ahead of the curve and make sure that we're not talking about what we should have done.
Bob, there's no
Taking every
alcohol
step necessary to
consumption.
make sure that it doesn't happen.
Mr.
Steve,
Spicer.
Is the threat today greater than it was yesterday
And
or last week?
Pueblo
Because that's what
Defense.
he's saying.
I understand what he's saying. What I'm telling you is that
UPN.
we shouldn't ever be behind the curve on the threats that this country faces. We should make sure we don't know when the next one's coming. We don't know when the next lone
We
wolf
don't
is coming.
know.
We don't know when the next attack is. We've got amazing
just don't know.
intelligence that's trying to root out and make sure that it doesn't happen again. But what we can't do is wait for the next attack to come and
Public
say, I wish
Defender
we had done
Ronald
the
L. Brown
following." The steps
retires.
that he's taken are proactively making this country and our people safer. Steve.
Don, what was the White House response to the Republican proposal for a carbon tax floated today? And separately, could you just set up tomorrow's meeting with the airline CEOs a little bit? What do you
Public Ronald L. Defender
discuss?
L. Brown retires.
So I'm not going to comment on pending
Wednesday,
legislation. We'll
January
wait to see where that
4th.
comes. That's just not going to be a habit of ours to comment on every bill that gets introduced or
Good
or
Lord.
committee until we have a statement of administration policy. And with respect to the meeting tomorrow, we'll have a further
Who's
readout
running it
on that
now?
later tomorrow. But I will say, in general, as you know, He's met with Intel just now. He met with the oil executives from
What's the
car
spicer?
manufacturers, manufacturing companies, technological companies, unions. So these continued meetings that you'll see in the next months, years, are going to be an attempt to make sure that he's sitting down with business leaders from around the country to figure out how he can use his office and this
Hello,
administration
everybody.
to further their ability to create jobs.
Kelly
in the economy. So
Emling.
this is going to be more of a pattern. You're going to continue to see this, him meeting with people who want to share that agenda to grow
I'm
create
lying.
jobs, manufacture here, lift
I'm
wages up here, create jobs,
lying.
etc.
What are you lying about?
No, I just look. We're not
Perjury.
at a policy. We have nothing to announce on that. If I can go now to our next seat,
What could you be lying about?
we've got Josh Smith from
Mr. Spicer.
WJHL in Southwest Virginia.
Defending line for liberty. Kelly
Thanks so much
Emline,
for
acting
taking
public
questions
defender
from journalists
for
from
Los
local
Angeles
news. We
County.
appreciate it. WJHL is in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. That is coal country.
What are
and
they
I have two
lying about?
questions related to coal. Then candidate Trump came to Abingdon, Virginia last year, and he made a bold
I'm not
promise
sure.
that would help to rescue the mining industry, that he would help to bring back coal jobs, and he would push back
I don't know what they're
against
lying
environmental
about. We
regulations.
have a right foot shot.
The executive order last week was a first step. What specifically is the president
What are they lying
willing to do,
about?
planning to do to make good on that promise to help the coal
We have a
industry, to
question.
encourage coal production and use, and to deal with what some call its demonized image?
We have
And
a
as a follow-up, and I
question.
got to ask two questions because when am I ever going to get to do this again?
Vasquez.
What assurances can the president give those who hear him talking about
We have a VS
pushing back
question.
against environmental regulations and bringing
Kelly
back coal?
Emline.
What assurances can he give those who are
Kelly
very worried about
Love.
the impact on the environment?
Kelly Love.
Well, I think that there's
Kelly
this, I mean, I think
Emline.
when you hear him talk about coal specifically, it's under the guise of clean coal. And I think the technology that we're able to utilize these days make it one of the cleanest uses of technology that we have.
Kelly
And the
Emline.
president's point is that as we bring back this industry, we can do it in a way that is environmentally friendly and it
Good
becomes
Lord.
a great and greater energy source for us. Just the other day, the Department of Energy
9.
noted that we expect, I think it's about a 3%
Tonight's
increase in
salary.
coal production in this country, which is
It
a
is.
noticeable reverse of where it's been in the past. You mentioned the executive order and the talks that the president's had over the past year or so about his desire to bring back coal.
Good Lord.
Largely, that has to do with regulation that the EPA has put on existing coal plants that have ensured that they couldn't operate in an effective way to stay open. I think the president's working
But we
with
gotta go, guys.
industry
You have Kelly
roll
Emling, the
back
new
out of
public
that
defender.
in a way that's
KGE, we gotta go,
environmentally friendly.
guys.
You can do that
Thank you.
utilizing